Oh man, I feel like I just got hit in the head with a silver thorn shovel. Hello everybody! I'm RuudDevil and welcome back to the Edain 4.4 beta. I'm feeling a little tired right now, so if I don't sound my usual jovial self, just blame it on that. Anyway, today we're checking out the dwarves. This is the... I wouldn't say it's a rework, so I was adjusting my volume just there. I wouldn't say it's a rework. It's, we need to choose a faction. It's just a big change to their ring hero, because as you know, the ring mechanic has changed. Okay, what building should I get? I'll get a second Hall of Warriors, and then we'll get a Mineshaft. So yeah, as you know, the ring hero has to be on the field to pick up the ring, and most people were like, well, I mean, what's going on with the dwarves? How are you going to make Durin the Deathless? What's up with that? Well, sadly, Durin the Deathless... Where's our second battalion? Who's... There they are, okay. But sadly, Durin the Deathless, and it genuinely does pain me to say it, Durin the Deathless is no more. And that really saddens me because I love Durin the Deathless. He was such an awesome hero. I mean, combine Master of Stone with Earthquake and you will demolish bases. Demolish them in seconds. It was the greatest wombo combo in this game, and they got rid of it. Instead, the ring heroes are now King Dain.
You don't have one. A home. It was taken from you.
What a beautiful quote.
Take it back if I can.
But yeah, the ring heroes are Dain and Thorin Oakenshield. So we're playing as Edain, we'll be getting Thorin, but I will be showing you Dain in this video as well. They'll be right at the end. But if we look here, the ring hero function, once Thorin and or Dain gets the ring, their lust for gold becomes insatiable. The hero gains 5 times as much resources in a large area per kill, and has 5 times as much armor, so that's like 2.5 times Mithril or 1.5 times Mithril, so a pretty big deal. But all your allied economic buildings generate minus 75% resources, so you take a pretty big hit. But I mean, you get just an unstoppable juggernaut that just gets you a shit ton of money anyway. So there's things I like about the new ring hero mechanic, and then there's things I don't like it.
You've got the wrong topic.
The things I don't really like about it, I mean, that's to do with King Dain's ring hero function. I can't actually remember what Thorin's ring hero function is. I know I've made him before, I just can't remember what his powers are, so we'll just have to check and see. But yeah, by default, they'll get 5 times as many resources, and they'll get 5 times as much armor. I wasn't sure if this is always the case, but the Dwarven archers are now only 300. And holy shit, these Dwarven Guardians got made stupidly quickly. Anyway, Bilbo has a couple of new quotes, Balin has a couple of new quotes, as well as some new abilities. So that's nice, because Bilbo had like 4 quotes, and them on repeat was just really boring to listen to. But anyway, Balin. He's been reworked. He doesn't have his Balin teleport anymore. And given that my first Dwarven video, my first Edain mod video ever was actually about the Edain dwarves, and I used to love the Balin teleport. He doesn't get that anymore. Instead of level 1, he can put a rune shield on a friendly hero, and that will just absorb damage, but it will degrade over time. And the rune shield around him looks kind of awkward, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, that's just aesthetic. If I say I don't like something aesthetically, that's purely subjective, isn't it? But yeah, there's a rune shield there. It will weaken over time, but it does give you some nice bonus defense. So I think you can put it on more than one hero at a time. I think. I'm pretty sure you can. So put it on your scout, or just, you know, like, don't worry about what hero you put on. Obviously, you want to prioritize the better heroes first, but whatever. Anyway, so there is actually loads that have been changed with the dwarves, not just the ring hero, but also the way Mithril works, and also with a couple of their heroes in general, so don't worry about that. Oh, well, we'll get into that when we get there. So Balin at level 3 has probably one of the best abilities in the game, similar to Naren's like buff at level 1. It's just that nearby heroes gain plus 25% attack, but also the experience. As long as Balin's in battle, you're getting bonus experience on your heroes, and bonus experience on heroes is always amazing, because when you have your heroes, you want to level them up as quickly as possible. You want to level them up, because they get the better abilities as they go on. It's just a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Anyway, let's just upgrade some of our command point limits. We got a pony cam at the back. I like this map, because we get a nice pony cam at the back. It's like hardly ever going to be, like, trifled with, is it? So, Balin can also summon Durin Ori, and then at level 7 he gets a heroic blow where nearby enemies flee, and then also nearby allies, it doubles the effect of his generosity of the veteran. So they'll be getting 50% attack and 50% experience, which is just insane. You want to use... this is why you should probably get Balin out earlier than you usually would. Maybe they did this because they felt Balin wasn't being used that much? Maybe that was it? Oh, man. I feel like these Aerial Wind Guardians are really good against cavalry, even though they're not pikes, because cavalry in this game gets stopped pretty easily. So, I guess in the early game, once the Guardians stop the trample... Unfortunately, Q still selects these things. God, that's so annoying. Okay, we're gonna get elite equipment. But yeah, since in the early game, cavalry can be stopped pretty easily by swordsmen, once they get stuck and they're still running through, you'll get the flanking damage. So if you have like sharpened axes on your guardians, then you can do a lot of nice damage, which is cool. But our heroes are going to be leveling up so much with this generosity of the veteran, and I mean, a 50% bonus when you use his heroic blow. I mean, that's just heroic blow. I'm not going to say anything. Heroic blow. Okay, okay, Edain team. You got something you want to tell me? Okay. So yeah, there's that. We need to make some unburnt, because the way you get, or the way you process Mithril has changed, and changed for the better, actually. I think it's a really cool system. What it used to be is that you would always send the heavy infantry on the ponies to get Khazad veterans, we all know this. But then you'd have to like manually select your Khazad veterans and then assign them, assign the Mithril to a hero. Now all you have to do is put one of your Khazad veterans in the forge. So you're sacrificing one Khazad veteran, and your forge will constantly process Mithril, which will then, all you have to do is spend 500 per hero to get them to purchase the Mithril vest, which is so much better, it's so much easier. Yes, it's more costly, because you're having to pay for it, and then also you're having to sacrifice that initial Khazad veteran, but it's just so much easier than having to manually select the Khazad veterans and then equipping them on a hero, blah blah blah. But then also, now that all your heroes can just equip the equip the Mithril shirts, any subsequent Khazad veterans you get, you don't need to like relinquish them of their Mithril. They can always still wear it, which is nice, which is cool. We should probably upgrade this and this. I'm trying not to build anything. I'm trying to get Thorin.
I know you doubt me.
And I feel like we're gonna run out of money. Bilbo is level 7 already. Gold. The AI will always go for gold. If the AI is running away from you and you want them to turn around, just spawn some gold. I know that's really like selective, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, we'll keep making these. Thorin is how much? 2,600? Ah, you beautiful bastard. What's the idea of a joke? Oh god, there's an enemy hero there. Is he gonna go? No, he's not going for Bilbo. Bilbo's got the rune shield. Bilbo's still taking regular damage. What the hell? Hold on, let's check this rune shield again. He should have been protected. Plus 25% armor and speed. Okay, so it gives him armor, but he was still taking a lot of damage. Hey, our Khazad veterans are here. Alright. Yeah, go back there. And then you can go there, and then we'll make you. You go on that. Okay. Freaking hobbits. AI hobbits. They are the best at keeping their hobbits alive. I kid you not. Anyway, Bilbo versus Meri. We just activated your ability. That's 25% attack boost. What's taking you so long? Attack boost. But yeah, Balin's pretty baller now. Anyway. Okay, so if we look in the forge, you've got these guys, you know, they're just smacking away. But if we order the Khazad veterans inside... Khazad veterans are now smacking away. And if we click here, we got a procession of Mithril. I'm not sure procession is the right word, but whatever. But now, all we have to do is pay 500.
That's what I thought.
And Bilbo is being an idiot.
Is there no way around?
Yeah, so all we have to do now is pay 500. And we've got Mithril on our freaking heroes. I mean, that's great. Tell me that isn't a much better way of doing this. I love that. I think that's fantastic. That's really cool. Oh, man. Actually, we had enough for Thor in there, but I sacrificed that for Mithril. which I think you'd agree. By the way, if you're, like, when you're playing this map, you want to be a lot more aggressive than I'm doing, but I don't really need to be aggressive, do I? Wow! Perfect time! Bilbo gets fucking wrecked by a spear throw, and Balin just goes, oh! As in, like, what a great shot. That's awesome. Okay. Anyway, let's go fuck them up. We got Khazad vets. Freaking Rohirrim are destroying our minds. Anyway, we actually have a new power. Finally, greed is gone. Finally, greed was so pointless. And they replaced it with the Dwarven runes, which allow you to buff your buildings with those same runes that Thorin Stonehelm used to have, but now doesn't because sad face. So yeah, we can have, give the building bonus armor, nearby units around building, give them armor. Let the building repair faster, and then have the building produce resources or recruit faster. So I'm going to put on that so we get resources faster. That's Eowyn in there. We should probably kill him. There you go. That's for. But actually, you know what? How many times have you seen AI kill a hero with spear throw? That was kind of cool. So whatever. Anyway, but yeah. So.
And he never forgave. Even a burglar. And he never forgot.
Damn it. All right. Anyway, we bought Mithril for Bilbo, and we have to buy it again. But we're gonna give it to. We're gonna give it to Thorin because priorities. But yeah, these have a pretty long cooldown, but you can just use them as much as you want. You can use them on as many buildings as you want. So, for the bonus armor, you want to do it on a building on the front line.
I know you doubt me.
And then I guess we'll just do that there. But you'll know if you're attacking, or if you know when you're up against dwarves, you'll know if they have runes on the building, because you can actually visibly see them now, which is really cool. So that's a worthy replacement, or worthy successor to... God damn these things. Worthy successor to, I would say, the greed ability, because that was just awful. Anyway, so we're going to be using up a lot of our resources, giving us Mithril. And let's just put a rune shield on Thorin. Getting a bit of a frame drop for some reason. That's a bit weird. But whatever. Whatever. You know, who cares? Who cares?
You've got the wrong hobbit.
Hold on, let me just... Sometimes I have to, like, restart for apps. Hold on. Alright, did that sort it out? Maybe not. Well, fuck. Hey, I love fighting Rohan. They always make siege, said no one ever.
I've grown very fond of them, and I will save them if I can.
It says you will make a profit. We just use Treasures of the Master Thief. That gives us 600. Mithril Vest is only 500. Oh, yeah. So, changes to Mithril, which is really awesome. The runes, Dwarven runes, which is a great power. And I'm just hoping that this frame rate will sort itself out in a sec, so just ignore it for the time being. We've actually got Khazad veterans in here. So that's really awesome. I think the limit to Khazad veterans is still 3. Motherfucker. They're actually hitting our thing. Alright. Well, we'll build an archer, that'll do, won't it? Look at those cavalry trying to deal with that. Oh, we didn't buy it, okay. So,
You've got the wrong.
it's a lot. It's expensive, but I feel like it's a much easier to get Mithril now. So I think that's a good way of doing it. You have to buy Mithril for Feely and Keely individually.
You're right.
I don't know if you actually want to waste money on that. I think we'll give it to Feely and Keely because he's on the front line. They actually do have different abilities now. They actually have a healing at level 7. I guess because they would always die, and I guess they were just tired of heroes constantly dying, and they're like borderline useless. So level 7 they can heal themselves for 1,000 health points, and by default, Thorin, Feely, and Keely, and also allied archers for some reason, I guess because Keely's got such great range. Fucking hell, really? Are you actually going to demolish that? What a dick. Maybe I should close my gate. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe I should close my gate.
I'll be alright.
But yeah, they can, Thorin, Feely, Keely give each other a nice power boost. Which, yeah, I don't know how they're going to balance that. A 15, because you're going to get Feely and Keely as soon as you make Thorin, because he gets it at level 1, so... I mean, that's, a 15% is a pretty significant power boost, no? Pretty good. Positive inverts. Let's just upgrade our random mines. That's got the defensive work on it. Alright. Let us build Poster needs to go there so we can actually get through. God damn it, we need more resources. We have more Hazard Inverts.
Mostly pigs, as you can tell from that foul stench. We shall wait.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure you're limited to 3 Khazad vets, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't include the one that you put in the forge. So I think we've got 2 out at the moment, I don't know. But I think even when you put one in the forge, I think that counts as you like killing it, so you can still make 3 on the battlefield. I think, I'm not too sure about that.
I'm sorry, do I know?
Oh god, something in my throat. Fuck! Sorry about that, that must sound so horrible. Anyway, we're gonna get a lone tower, which is always great against Rohan because they just out-siege it anyway.
No, nothing's been cancelled.
And I built the outpost in the middle just because there's not been any change to Lake Town, and I want some siege if we're gonna besiege a fortress. How shall I beat Rohan? With Iron Hills Erebor or with the Demolisher Crew Ladder? I don't know. Anyway, let's close this. We'll research that. I think maybe Bofa would be a good choice, since he does a lot of damage to buildings, as always. But we'll get him later.
Stay alert now. We shall wait.
We shall wait. But yeah, unfortunately, Q still selects these fucking donkeys, and I don't want them to. I mean, actually, they're ponies, not donkeys, but still, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Actually, fun fact about those ponies, they are affected by Theoden's glorious charge. Not even joking, they are. It's amazing.
Can you promise that I will?
Just playing a random AI game, this is the stuff that you learn.
Over the hill or across
Anyway,
the water.
Thorin, she just chucked something at you, so let's do it. Thorin's level 3 ability, the description is missing, but that was his King in Exile ability. As you remember, it gives like a boost to damage, I think, but also it gives you a scavenger ability where you get money for your kills. But when you activate it now, it actually applies to all nearby units. So all nearby units are getting getting the pillage ability, which is just crazy. I'm gonna say that to defense. I mean, that's really good. So I feel like Ered Lewin, I think the main reason behind the buff for Ered Lewin is because Erebor are so powerful, and then Iron Hills are so tanky, that I guess Ered Lewin, their speed, especially in a 1v1 matchup against dwarves, would pretty much always lose. So I think with, I think they're just trying to find little minute, like minor but not hugely overpowering ways to just slightly balance it out. Which I like.
Up to, but not exceeding 1/14 of total profit, if any.
We'll buy Mithril for you, just because we haven't. Okay, Forge works. Fun fact, because the heroic statues gives you a nice discount on your heroes, you can just use the last stand plots. You can just use the last stand plots to get that, rather than using it, you know, in one of the major plots, which is kind of cool. But we've made most of our heroes, so we don't really need to worry about that. We'll go with a mine shaft. And then we'll go with a stonemason. Fuck it, get some more resources.
I know you doubt.
Anyway, so our runes are almost back. The rune of productivity, as I said, it will give you more resources. So as you see, this stonemason has been marked. But we could have easily put it on this to give us more production speed. Heavy armor. Shit. Wow, our money's gone. There's an army of elves out there. Alright. We don't need productivity. These guys make pretty quickly anyway. I guess we could put it on our siege works to make catapults faster, but I'm in no rush. So let's just go with that.
I know you doubt me. I know you always have.
And I guess we'll do that. And then I guess we could put a hearth here, and we'll put another tower there.
Will you just
Listen. As if they're doing that much damage to a tower. Get out of here. What the hell? Bullshit, it's a level 2 thing?
I've grown very fond of them, and I would save them if I can.
Why you... I mean... As if it's that weak. Let's be honest. I was going to use that as a staging point for my runes, but... Oh, that was a catapult too. Alright, something seemed amiss.
Let me sit quietly for a moment.
Fuckers and their
there is
catapults.
something else out there.
Alright, there we go.
Excuse me, but just in case you haven't noticed, there is an army of elves out there.
And we'll do the scavenger ability. Give us money! What else does he have? Oh, he still has that mark and headshot ability. He also has knife throw. Golem? There he is, okay. We can give it to Thorin really quickly now. But unfortunately we're in the middle of a fucking battle, lad.
You've got the wrong hobbit.
Balin? Let's do your heavy blow, because I want 50% experience. 50% experience.
Well, I do have some
And you can see it because it's that weird shockwave. 50% experience from destroying a battering ram. How much will that be? Shit. Rohan's actually pushing me.
Sit quietly for a moment.
No, I don't imagine anyone west of.
That was a really annoying time to chase after a battering ram, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to use the Crebine. Fuck. Oh my goodness, dwarves. Will you fight? Fuck it, we're gonna have to debuff him.
You're right, I often think of Bag End.
Eowyn's dead. Alright, let's make some guys. Nope, not there. Some right here, I'm just sitting there. There. By all means, sit there. I will not stop you. And I think we'll get some forge blades in the fire.
I've never stolen a thing in my life.
Oh man!
Suggest you
Rohan.
over the hill.
Why do they have to get siege from their upgrade camp? And how is that thing still alive? There we go. Thank God for a heal. Okay, we need to find Golem again, but it's really hard.
That's why.
Because Rohan keeps sending units.
Is there no way around?
They shall fear the sight of our beards. Alright, Golem was last seen over here. So let's just hope that he's still there. Alright, we probably could get another cousin invert. But we're gonna get Bofa! Because that's the same.
I'll be alright. Just let
Why
me...
is there a battering ram coming through like, hey, excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, Rune Shield on you, Thorin. At level 6 he gets Oaken Shield. I'm pretty sure it used to be level 7, but he still gets invulnerability. And then at level 10 he still gets his King of the Dwarves. But yeah, as I said, I've given him the ring. I just can't remember what the freaking ability was, so whatever. Anyway, make that, and armor bonus. Thank you, runes. Alright. Blunt the knives. Blunt the knives, bend the bones. They could have literally just put the whole song in there. I wouldn't have been angry. That would have just been the best. Alright, let's summon Durin Ori. Oh, we just summoned to a nearby hero, because that bollocks.
No one could blame a soul for wishing themselves elsewhere.
Well, there's Nori. With that huge... He should actually have a pickaxe. I know in the film that's what he uses, but in Guardians of Middle-earth he had a pickaxe and it was way cooler. And our guys are super wounded. And they built that assembly point. How?
Why do you come to the gates of the king under the mountain armed for war?
Yep, so there's the Battle of Five Armies quote for you. Alright, I think we'll just keep these dwarves here, and then we'll use our Crebine when they're back to find that golem creature. We've actually made Ori. Today is a good day.
We will see it done.
You. Okay. Probably should be good. Probably should use battle wagons, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, so that's pretty much everything that's new to the dwarves. We have the Mithril. We have the new abilities on the heroes. And all we've got left to do is do the ring heroes. So I think after this fight, I'll pause the game, or at least I'll pause the recording, and I'll look around for him, because finding Golem is always my favorite thing to do. I love doing that. I don't hate it. Fucking love it, man. And probably should go for a Gandalf there, whatever. Fuck it, we're gonna lose Last Stand now because it's got the longest cooldown, so it's a smart thing to do to use it now. But anyway, after this fight, I'll pause it. We'll find Golem, and then we'll just wreck as the king under the mountain. And can we set this to autocast? Heavy Blow. Yes, Heavy Blow is autocast. 50% experience. I love it for heroes. It's the best. It is the best. Not even joking. Balin is now the ultimate support. Fuck you, Arafat. Alright, we'll make a battle wagon. And you guys get that. Where are our cousin inverts? Alright, still got 2. Good for you, good for you. Alright, anyway, well, I'll be back once I found that wretched golem. Alright, here we go, here we go! And there we go, Thorin has got the ring.
And the bell shall ring
So there you go. He is king under the mountain, and greed has consumed him.
Why do you come to the gates of the king under the mountain armed for war?
And he also sounds like a badass. Alright, so he can still summon Feely Keely. The pride of Thorin grows immeasurably through the whisperings of the ring. He declares himself as... Never mind, I put him in the mine and now I can't... What the hell? My army's all over the place. Shit. Fuck! Awesome intro was interrupted by... stupid stuff. Alright, anyway, let's queue up some, Oh shit, we haven't got siege plans, have we? Do-do-do-do-do!
Grab your weapons! They're bombarding us! Probably for the best. Have to be standing in exactly the right spot.
Okay, Durin.
Rumors have begun to spread.
He declares himself as 7th and last reincarnation of Durin. He puts on Mithril mail, obtains improved values and splash damage. The ring feeds Thorin's greed to gather all treasures of the dwarves. Allied resource buildings produce 75% less, as we knew. And instead, Thorin and allied units nearby loot huge amounts of resources from fallen foes. We were getting... Wow, okay, so he gets like that passive scavenger ability, and if it's like what the ring description said at the fortress, it should be 5 times as much. That is insane. He has a nice splash damage, he's got a cool 8k health, almost 700 melee. Holy shit. This is the Durin's Forge. They kept that in because, I guess for people like me who love Durin, but really it doesn't make much sense why it's there, but whatever. Anyway, Durin's Forge, as you probably saw during the AoE Heroes versus, this is a hero killer of epic proportions. This is probably one of the greatest moves in the game, as we're about to demonstrate. It's funny because he's not even level 10 yet. We haven't even given him the Arkenstone. And there you go. I'm okay with that. It's pretty damn badass. That's badass, man. Alright, we're gonna get Gandalf. Okay, Thorin. This ability description's gone too. I don't really know what it is. It says special ability der Unsterbliche. I don't know what that means. We know what the Gleam of the Arkenstone does. Stuns enemy units, gives you a nice damage boost. Do we have the recruitment thing on? We don't. Shit. Okay. Alright, well I guess we're just gonna sit here until we've got enough Iron Hills Erebor to go in. Or should we go in now? Do we throw caution to the wind and see what happens? I think we're gonna sit out here and just sort of troll a bit. And by troll, I mean that Arkenstone though. Dubeka! There you go. It would be nice if they could somehow put that in where he actually holds up the Arkenstone rather than it just shines, but that would be really difficult, I know. Anyway, so let's try this move, let's see what happens. It's probably just invulnerability. It makes everyone invulnerable, holy shit! Wow, that is a great ring hero function. If there's one army you don't want to make fully invulnerable, that is dwarves. Are you for cereal right about now? The Funk's old brother, check it out. Oh my god. Plus 1,000 for killing that catapult. Who needs that debuff? Like, who cares about the resource debuff? We have a fully invulnerable army for what felt like 25, 30 seconds. Battle Wagon, you're doing your bit.
My mother gave it to me, so I remember my past.
Oh man, so Feely Keely have a bit more survivability, and Thorin Ring Hero form is just the bee's knees. That is crazy. Have begun to spread. I am now a fucking badass for almost 60 years. That didn't make any sense. Imagine doing that, like just walking in someone's base, fully invulnerable, and then it's like, dude, lost down. Like, you dick. Alright. We're not done with the video, yo. Though. I can't believe I said yo instead of though. Alright. Not done with the video, though. I've still got to show you the King Dain Ring Hero function. But before we switch over, let's just destroy this base. And also, tell me what you thought of the changes to Aerial Wind, the changes to the Mithril. I think it's a really cool system. It allows you to get it out a lot faster, but you have to pay a little bit more. Hope this doesn't kill my guys. Fucking Chainquake. I've never used this move before, so I'm not very familiar with it. There we go, Chainquake. Does it go? Oh, look at it travel across the ground. That's awesome. So once we destroy this, it should ricochet to that building. That's kind of cool. And we can summon all the dwarves now. Dude, King Dain is amazing. Not King Dain. Thorin is just amazing. He is way better. I know what Dain's ring hero form is, and I much prefer Thorin. That is crazy. That is crazy. Full invulnerable. That's just insane. I mean, plus he gets the... I mean, the King Dain gets the Durin Forge as well, but I like this invulnerable. And then Gleam of the Arkenstone just icing on the cake. That's really cool. I guess we'll just summon Gandalf right at the end. Damn, that was really fucking impressive. Alright, so this is the Rohan base gone. We're now going to switch over immediately to the 2 variants of the King Dain ring hero function. I will see you guys in a bit. First we need to get Bard and say long live the king.
Probably for the best.
Never mind, they destroyed that and we got 2,000 gold from it. Holy shit. I know these are ring heroes, but we're never gonna go broke again. Oh my goodness. Alright. Time for the Erebor ring hero now. I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're with Erebor, and there are 2 variations to King Dain. There is an Erebor ring hero, and there is an Iron Hills ring hero. First thing I should say is that the powers for King Dain, both Erebor and Iron Hills, were switched around. So if you remember, the Erebor King Dain, Erebor units are all about attack. Most of their buffs are all about damage. Their Archangard gets 50% damage, blah blah blah. But King Dain's abilities were very defensive. And so they didn't really want it to make much sense. To be honest, I don't think it makes much sense to begin with. I always thought Erebor should be the defense faction, and Iron Hill should be the offense faction. But that's just the way it goes. Rather than switching the entire factions around, they just switch the Dain abilities around. So what you thought, what Iron Hill's Dain used to have is now what Erebor used to have. Except for the carriage. The mounts stay the same. So Iron Hill's Dain still has his boar, and he still has the carriage. So we have Vendetta now, which nearby heroes get double damage, and then stuff like that. And then he can get Forces of the Dwarven Kingdom, where he can summon units to the battlefield. Anyway, this is Ring Hero Dain, where he gets forges, just like, actually we're just gonna charge. He gets Durin's Forge, just like Thorin Oakenshield. I think the carriage is still the same in ring form. It would be really cool if it was like 8 times bigger. The thing is, when you adjust scale in this, it's hard to improve the speed, but they could mod the movement speed. But it would be cool if it was just like a massive fucking ram. Like, we fed it all of our cows. Now it's this big. So yeah, they improved Vendetta. For 60 seconds, allied Dwarven units that are nearby a hero gain double damage. And wait, what was the rest of that? And if they are near Dain and they were... So yeah, anyway, I guess... Hold on. He puts on Mithril Mail, gains improved values, and inflicts area damage. The ring fuels his combativeness and makes him lead the dwarves into a destructive campaign. Allied Dwarven units in Dain's vicinity now inflict double damage and are fearless. That's right, okay, so when they're nearby they do double damage, but when they're not near Dain, they lose 50% damage. And essentially what Vendetta does is extend that, where they get the double damage no matter where they are. Which is really nice. And actually, I think the... Okay, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So this Dain is very offensive, even though it's Erebor, which never made much sense. So as long as your Dwarven units are near Dain, they'll do 50% more damage, which is nice. So that's kind of cool. As you can see, I honestly love the... wow. Okay, Battle Wagons. I honestly love the Thorin Oakenshield ring hero way more. But Dain's still pretty cool. He's got much less health, and he's got a little bit less melee damage, but it's still pretty great. Anyway, I pretty much destroyed Angmar's base. I got a little angry, but there you go. So yeah, anyway, after this we'll check out the Iron Hills Dain. But why not just send them off with a bang with another Durin's Forge?
Maybe not, but we can try.
So yeah, Vendetta really just offsets his big weakness when he gets the ring, so it's kind of awkward, but whatever. Anyway, everyone in the vicinity of him has now got lovely double damage. And Nori's just gonna keep, you know, not... Nori's just gonna have voices from War in the North and not actually from the film. Which is kind of strange. Anyway, Durin's Forge! Get away from the fire, we are the fire. Alright, now let's just drowse yourself in beer, because that's not flammable. Alright, so anyway, after this, we will check out the Iron Hills Dain, which has a lot more defensive powers. At level 10, he can summon the little barracks thing, like Erebor Dain used to do. I'm not too sure about that change, to be honest. It seems kind of strange. I liked it the way it was. But I guess they wanted it to... I guess they wanted King Dain to be consistent with his army, so they made him very offensive like his army is. Anyway, we'll be back with the Iron Hills. Alright, and here we are in the thick of the action again. So this is King Dain for the Iron Hills. He's on his board, which is majestic as fuck. But I love Iron Hills with their Ram Riders. They're just so cool. Those are Fire Drakes. Run! Ram Riders are not fireproof. Holy shit. Anyway, so Iron Hills are way more defensive, as if you didn't know. A lot of their units have bonus armor. They get the tower shields. They're purely meant for defense, which I honestly think should be Erebor or whatever. But to encompass that, the Dain Ring Hero moves 50% slower. I think it's 50% slower. He sure is moving pretty slowly right now. He moves 50% slower when he's not near friendly units, but when he's not near friendly buildings. So essentially he's only meant for base defense. Only meant for base defense, because if you want to do a full-scale attack, you'd have to really pin them in their castle, then bring this guy up, because it's going to take fucking forever. But let's just read through it. So, the ring fuels Dain's peculiar nature and makes him upgrade his defense into a bastion. Allied buildings in a wide radius gain 50% armor and damage. These are Dwarven buildings that have already been buffed by... stonemasons, and now they get a 50% armor bonus. Yeah, Dain is just a freaking defense uber tank in this. It's fucking stupid. And my Ram Riders charge the one unit you should never charge, and that is fucking Condoom Pikes. Let's go there. Durin's Forge. Bye bye. We lost our Ram Riders. Oh god, Naren. Yeah, I'll do a heal for you, Naren. At level... So yeah, in addition to that, they get plus 25% production speeds. Hall of Warriors now train units instantly. Wait, shit, I just realized something. Oh god, it's not just his speed, it's his damage and armor that gets cut in half. No, quickly! So yeah, Dain is really weak. Well, not really weak, but he's a lot weaker without his, without a building near him. But, I mean, you can train units instantly from a, Hall of Warriors, and I guess from any other production building, so a Siege Works or whatever, they make units 25% faster, which is pretty good. Destroy the fucking catapult, you burks. I didn't even research fire arrows yet. God, what a scrub again. I loaded this. This is an older thing. Go! Oh my goodness, I hate it when they can't catch up with the slowest things in the fucking game. Oh man. Anyway, so, at level 7, for 30 seconds, every allied building and every dwarf that's close to that building is invincible. So, based on that, like, based on this defense, I don't think it would ever fall. I mean, a 50% armor on your buildings already, plus you can make them all invincible. I mean, this is just Baragond if he had a beard. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, level 10, this is probably my best thing. If you remember, the level 10 used to summon a little tiny barracks which you could make units from every realm. And now, what it is the old BFME2 fortress. This is what they meant by a bastion. This is fucking amazing. And it also counts as a Hall of Warriors, so our units are going to be made instantly. They're going to be made instantly. Look at that. They're already there. I mean, that is just insane power. In-fucking-sane. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. The only bad thing is that Dain is a shadow of his former self when he's not near a building. So, I mean, you could attack with him, but he's gonna have minus 50% damage and armor. I thought it was just his speed. No, it's his damage and armor too. But look at this, he can make a fucking bastion. This is the BFME2 fortress in the Edain mod. It's so good. And you can just spam out the elite units as fast as you want because they have no recruitment time. It's fucking insane. Dain, we're gonna keep you there. He gets the Durin Forge, as we said, and then he gets his mount. He'll move a little bit faster on his mount, but he'll still be slowed down quite a bit. And we didn't even upgrade these guys. Ram Riders, I can't believe I let you die. If there's one unit I hate to let die, it's these fucking Ram Riders, because they're too beautiful to die. Anyway, so yeah, those are the ring heroes. Those are all three. You have Arable Dain, which I think is a little boring. I mean, he can give you double damage, just full-on onslaught. Which, how is that not Iron Hills? That is totally Iron Hills to a T. Defending a giant mountain is Arable duty. And then you've got the Iron Hills Dain, which is purely defense, and allows you to just keep on spamming out units as long as you've got the money. And then you've got the Arid Lewin's dwarves, that let you get a shit ton of money, and can make your entire army invincible and just do one epic last stand. Anyway, those were the entire changes to the, or most of the changes, I probably left a change out, but that was most of the changes to the Dwarven 4.4 update. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I've got some more Enlargers content to make after this. People were asking for like Mordor and Isengard showcases. I don't think they got any significant change. I think Sauron's Wandering Shadow, that no longer has a global presence. He's got a very small range now, I guess because he's the ring hero. It'd just be a little OP if he could just roam around and quickly pick up the ring, and since he's such an easy hero to get early on. But no, I don't think there was any other significant changes. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. I have to say, out of all three, Erin Lewin is now my favorite, and Thorin Ring Hero is just fucking bae as balls. Anyway, we have this thing. That makes up for it slightly. It's so beautiful. We're just gonna admire this for a bit. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you next time.
You are the one they call Luke and she.
Goodbye.